Hello everybody, my name is David Carrigo. I am back again with a video about power cables. So I am a sound engineer based out of Denton, Texas, and I deal with a lot of power cables. When you're an engineer, you know, your job is just revolving around plugging equipment to power. And you know, as you may all know, is that power cables are expensive. They're just expensive. If you go to Walmart or go to Home Depot or Lowe's and try to get a 12 gauge, you know, 100 foot, you're gonna be paying over $100. So because of that, I'm gonna show you ways you can save in, you know, making your own power cables. So let's go. Let's jump right into it. All right. Remember, please subscribe to my page for more videos like this, instructional videos on how to save money as an engineer or just pretty much for anybody. To begin this process, we're going to need a few things. Of course, we're going to need the cable, the extension cable that you're trying to replace. So today this will be my cable. This is called the plug, and this right here is called the receptacle, or what you're going to be plugging your devices to. So the plug, we're going to start by you know, replacing this, because we're going to cut this out here and begin the process of replacing it with a brand new plug. I picked this up in Lowe's. I think it was about $3.59. It's pretty heavy duty compared to what we have here, and it's what I need, you know, for all my duties. And as a sound engineer, this is pretty good. As you can see here, also this is very sturdy right here. They're very sturdy, and I'm trying to show you here. So you can tell the grounding thing here is very sturdy. It doesn't look like it will break anytime soon. As you can already see, this one already broke off, and that's why I want to replace it today. So what are we going to need to start this? We're going to need some tools. You can get this out of Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight is probably the cheapest place you can get this stuff. This right here is a wire cutter, cheap, you know, $3. My very fancy knife here, you can tell it's a very expensive knife. Here, Phillips head screwdriver. Yeah, nice. You don't have to have this. Nice precision pliers to help you with some few, you know, hiding your wires into the receptacle, and a nice tape. You're going to need some tape. So let's get started. Let me put my tools a little bit out of the way. So we're going to start with the plug. Okay, so what we're going to do is cut this. Don't cut it so close to this. Remember, this has been used for many years. Yeah, this cable has been used for many years. So this area right here might be very, you know, prone to breaking or something. So I usually just give myself some distance here and cut it from about here, and just give it a good cut, and you're done. So once you do that, this one is trash. Okay, so so now let me try to give myself some slack here. It's a 100-foot cable, so no wonder I didn't put it here. It's just too big. And it's a 12 gauge cable. I wasn't using it because really this stuff was like really annoying. I was plugging it in the wall and it was falling off. So I decided this year, instead of spending money on some brand new cables, why don't I spend some money and replace all my old cables and make them look good and professional. So what we're gonna do here is take the plug here and open the screws. This one right here. Let me see. Open this and attempt to take this out. Okay, I almost dropped this whole thing on the ground, and that's what you have. So you take that out, put that on the side. So what we're going to do is try to squeeze this. Remember, you have to do this process fast before you forget and you know, wire the cable here and then you haven't put this in. So you have to put this inside here. If it's a 12 gauge cable, it's gonna give you a little bit of headache to do that. So what I'm doing right now is opening this here to allow the wire to actually get in there. It's kind of tight, and I'm opening this, and so, you know, I have a larger space here to put my my wire through. So you're gonna have to really squeeze that wire through there, and that's stage one. So stage one is done. So what you're gonna also need to do here is strip this cable a little bit. Now remember, don't strip too much, because remember, this is going to be holding on to, you want it to hold on to the jacket like this. You want it to hold on to the jacket. So remember, don't strip too much. Now this, I don't have specific measurements, but I usually just give it like my thumb like that, and where my fancy nail ends right there, somewhere around there, and cut it around there. I would rather make it small and struggle putting it in the receptacle than making it bigger and risk having the jacket not holding, having this plug here not hold onto the jacket, because that's very important. If someone yanks this cable, you want this here to hold, this clamp to hold onto the jacket, so that wire is not going anywhere. So let's start by there. Now I don't have the best tools for doing this, but this is how I strip the cable. Remember, do not apply a lot of pressure when you're doing this. So all I'm doing here is giving it a few bites. I know I might be wrong with what I'm doing. I don't have all the tools for doing this, but the most important thing is do not nick your cables that are the wires in there. So try to strip your jacket as easy as possible, so that you do not mess up your cables in there. So once you do that, you start wiggling it on and forth like that until you have the jacket just rips off out of the, you can do it whatever way. Some people use a knife, and my hands are get a pen and a paper and write this down. On the wires, this is what you have. Green is ground. White is neutral. Black is your hot wire or your positive. So again, green is your ground. White is your neutral. Black is your positive or your hot wire. Know that and make sure you know that, because that's what you're gonna use to be able to plug. You don't want to mess that up, because then that's really gonna just mess you up. You don't want to do this whole thing if you don't know about your wires and what goes where. So again, we're gonna look at this receptacle here, and so as you can see here on this receptacle, the color of the screw determines what is what. So here, the screw here is green in color. What does that tell you? What else was green? It's a ground. So the ground goes to the green screw. Now you have also two other different colors. You have the silver screw and you have the bronze or the gold type color screw. This is the bronze screw. The bronze screw is the hot wire, and the hot wire is black. So the black goes with the bronze color. The neutral, which is the white wire, goes with the silver screw, and the green goes with the green. So on the plug, the bronze colored screw is the hot wire. That's where the hot wire goes, which is the black wire. On the green screw is of course the green wire, which is ground. On the silver screw is the neutral, which is the white wire. So pretty much green goes with the ground, the bronze goes with the hot or the black wire, the silver goes with the neutral or the white wire, which is, neutral is the white wire. So pretty much once you know that, you're good to go. So grab your Phillips head screwdriver here, and there's no one way of doing this. Make sure your screw is all the way. They usually come ready. You can just mess around with it until you have this.
This is the Legion.
Plugs in here to that is you just put that in here and boom, very professional. All right, so let's jump on how to make this. Okay, let me start by showing you a finished product. So I did a few things. Where's my pencil? Come on, man. Anyway, so you can see some greasy, slimy stuff here. This is silicone. I just wanted to have a kind of rubbery feel, and also kind of trying to waterproof my products so that it does not affect. If I had some water splashed, it does not conduct electricity. When you have silicone, it's rubber, it's not a conductor of electricity. I kind of took a brush and sprayed silicone all around this, and also bought a nice piece of wood here, to put in the plugs. And what the wood does is, let me show you one. It's just a nice piece of wood. You kind of screw it in there, like let me see here, focus here. You see the two screws here going in here. Inside there's also silicone. As you can see, this is not even sounding like metal. There's silicone all around here. All the holes have been sealed with silicone. That means water from underneath will not seep into this. The reason why I did that is mainly because this thing in plastic cost about $10 in Lowe's. $10 together with the part that goes to cover this up. It was like $10. I think they sold everything, these three, for like, man, that thing was like crazy 10 something or $12. I don't even think this was there. But even though this was not there, and so I went with just the cheap one. This was 97 cents, and this other one was like 60 cents or 70 something cents, and this was $1.19. And this ones have a protecting covering here where you cannot. The only way this will open up is you have to plug something in. You can, even if you try to put a screwdriver in there, it will not allow anything in. So it's a good plug. It's not waterproof, but it at least helps to kind of waterproof your system. So what I'm gonna do here is show you how to make this side of the receptacle to look like this. So let's jump right into it. So what are we gonna need here? We're gonna need the thing that we're gonna use. This is a clamp. You kind of screw it in there, take the screw and screw it in there, and this is what you're gonna use to kind of clamp the wire that's gonna go through there. So this comes just the same way it is, so you're gonna need that. You're gonna need your receptacle, you're gonna need your covering pretty much, and the tools, same tools, tape, that, and you know, that, and precision screwdrivers, maybe my knife, the same tools I was using, and we're ready to go. And of course we're gonna need our wire. So the same thing I did for the other one. You don't want to cut right here very close to it. You want to cut a little bit away from that, because this joint, you know, had a lot of movement. So you want to come out of the joint completely and cut it somewhere there. And I know it looks like I'm wasting wire, but it's very helpful. Okay.
Is the Legion.
You know, because you gotta spread them out to the different connectors. So again, the same deal goes on with this. The bronze is the bronze color is the hot wire. The green is the ground, and the silver color is the neutral. So again, the neutral, which is the white wire, goes to the silver. The green wire goes to the green screw right here. The hot, which is the black wire, goes to the bronze. All right, so we're good to go. Remember, you want to orientate your devices all. So what we're going to do now is pull this down here, and once you get it, there's a screw here. What is it doing here? So match the screws to this, and what we're going to do here is drill this in. So we're done, and it's tight, and this is the easier part. Let's do that, and you got yourself a complete system.